Hey guys, it's Ryan Krauch with Mesa West Capital, and I'm broadcasting from the home office where I'm staying responsibly socially distanced during this COVID-19 outbreak, and I trust you are doing the same. I wanted to touch on a couple of topics today. Two questions in particular that I'm getting very frequently these days is what's going on in the real estate lending markets generally? And the second is, are there opportunities to make investments during these challenging times? Now, on the first question, the lending markets today are essentially frozen. In fact, there was a Mortgage Bankers Association survey that came out last week that indicated for private borrowers and CMBS borrowers in particular, there was really no appetite at all for quoting new deals. Some of the banks and life insurance companies had indicated some desire to quote, but there's really not a lot of evidence to date that that is happening. Now, the only exception to all this has been the agencies. So Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac on multifamily deals, they've got a charge to maintain liquidity through periods like this, and they are certainly doing a fine job of that so far. Now, on the more optimistic side, in terms of, are there opportunities to invest during this period? I think we can draw a lot of similarities between today and the GFC. Obviously, two very different root causes. But the aftermath of the GFC is very similar in many ways, right? You've seen a immediate lack of liquidity in the marketplace. You've seen a lot of volatility day to day, and a lot of price discovery going on. Now, if you were a lender back then coming out of the GFC with any amount of liquidity, that was really a great opportunity to be a lender. You were able to lend at lower LTVs. You were able to lend at higher spreads, at great assets and great borrowers. So really a tremendous lending vintage. And today we're already starting to see some of that happen, and I suspect we will see a lot more. Some of the challenge in the immediate future is just figuring out what's the V in LTV, right? What's the value of these assets? So until we start to see a little more stability in the markets, a little more price discovery, I don't think you'll see a lot of activity on the lending side. But it's coming. There's just too many assets that are going to need capital to get through these challenging periods from a loss of revenue perspective or deferred maintenance perspective, or just recapitalizing these assets generally. But first things first, lenders are really focused now on their existing portfolios, on helping their borrowers work through these challenging times. But as they say, this too shall pass. And as it does, we certainly expect this to be a very strong lending vintage. So that's the very quick update on what's going on in real estate lending. I hope this was somewhat helpful. More importantly, I hope you and your families are staying safe and healthy through this challenging period. Thanks for tuning in, and looking forward very much to seeing everybody on the flip side of all of this.